Hello and welcome to Tash Talks, episode 23 of the live show. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys are as vibed and as jazzed for today and for the weekend and for this brand new month that's going to be starting tomorrow. How freaking excited. But I want to get straight in. I want to get straight into the questions. So let's freaking go. Okay. Question numero uno. I'm feeling really triggered by watching other coaches online celebrate big cash months and milestones in their business, saying how easy it is. I don't feel that way at all. As a busy mum of three, I find it a big challenge and hard work at times. Would love your perspective on this, Tash. I would love to give my perspective on this. Okay. A few things here that I kind of want to unpick. First thing is, my heart's saying to just unfollow them. Okay, just unfollow them. Temporary. Why am I saying this? Because when we get triggered by something and we're not doing the work to, for example, what I teach in Conscious Coach, RRT, if you're not doing the work to become untriggered, then it's just going to be a habitual cycle that you're just going to constantly be triggered. You're going to go on Instagram, you're going to see these messages, you're going to feel triggered again. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, they've just made a bazillion pound and bazillion seconds, and it's so easy, and they're lying on their beach with no laptop, and it's all just feeling, it's not feeling inspiring for you. It's not making you feel jazzed, like, oh, this excites me. It's making you feel I'm crap, I'm not enough. It's just going to keep going around. Guess what? It's just going to make you feel shitter and do shitter. You're not going to want to have that energy to kind of go and launch your own thing and feel excited about doing your vibe, because you're going to be so focused on how crap you're feeling and comparing yourself. So controversial, probably, I know, but I would definitely say unfollow them or mute them temporarily. Okay. I would suggest that you only follow people that are actually going to make you feel better after leaving them. Like anybody that comes onto my page, my whole point is for you to leave my Instagram feeling better about yourself, feeling the potentiality, feeling inspired and motivated. I want you to see me as aspiration, that if I can do it, you can do it. Now, are there going to be things on my Instagram that may trigger you? Yeah, because I may talk about money, or I may talk about a certain level of success, or I may talk about how I'm finding something more challenging that may trigger you. But if I'm not constantly triggering you, then don't unfollow me. But my point is this: see it as a reflection of the mirror, because I've been there. I have been there. Last year, when I went through my darkest hour, that lasted near enough a whole year, but when I went through that, everything like that triggered me. Everything was just putting a mirror back on me of how I wasn't achieving this or this success, or I wasn't feeling this way, or I was achieving this, but yeah, I wasn't feeling this, or I had this, but then this had been taken away from me, or this got taken away, but I was just feeling so like this. So I done two things. I unfollowed those people, like muted them, and then I done the work on myself. I didn't mute them and then go, that's on you. You're triggering me. You're out of order. I can't believe you spoke about that. No, I untriggered it and go, right, I'm respecting where I am. And I know I need to do some work on myself. There's some wounds there that I need to heal. There's some trauma there. There's some unresolved issues that I need to work on. So I muted them and I went and done the work. So now when I unmute those people, or when I did, not now, but when I did unmute them, the triggers are not there anymore. Okay. And if new triggers come up, brilliant. It's just a new opportunity to do some more work. So I would definitely say, if you're feeling that way, I would unfollow them, mute them, and do the work on yourself for sure. We can kind of bypass that part, can't we? We can go, oh, I'll just unmute them and the problem will go away. It won't. I promise you, it won't go away. If you're feeling something and you're getting triggered by something, that's not going to go away. It will show up in another area in your life. Something else will piss you off in life, and it won't even be that. Like your husband may say that he was going to do the cleaning, you go down to the kitchen, you're like, actually, what the actual, right? And it's not about that. Like, you don't really care about that. It would be about the other trigger that's been unresolved, but it will pop its ugly little head everywhere you go, right? And then also let's get real here. Okay, let's define the word easy, right? Let's define that, because you mentioned that you are a mum of three, a busy mum of three. Your life is going to look very, very, very different to somebody that doesn't have children or has older children. Me and my besties were talking about this the other day. Like all of our children are like at different ages. So we're all kind of experiencing, even though some of us have got similar, then they might be having another child there. So there'll be like 3-year gap between like Santi and one of theirs, right? So what they're experiencing is just at a different level. So our definition of busy is going to be very different. Like one of them isn't sleeping through the night, okay? Then one of them's going to high school, so that's massive, okay? Then you've got Santiago, who obviously going to nursery, and we're now a potty training, right? So there's, all of us are very busy, right? All of us have got other different things going on. So I feel like what's missing from social media is probably more realness. So I'll give you an example. When when a coach I worked with, who's incredible and very, very successful, multi 8-figure, has built a business of her wildest dreams, but she doesn't have any children yet, okay? So she's able and wants to work 7 days a week, okay? Now let me put that back on, for example, myself and you that asked this question. Like, you're a busy mum of 3, right? I work 3 days a week. I don't choose to work weekends. I don't choose to work nights. Like, I only do one evening, which is conscious coach. So what I can get done and what I do with my 3 days is what I do in my 3 days, okay? What she's able to do in 7 days without any children is very, very different. So my point is this: it's not comparable. Like, you cannot compare. So you can't look at your life and go, oh my goodness, how come I'm not at multi 7, 8 figures, 6 figures, multi 6, whatever it is that your goal is, and compare it to somebody that doesn't have the same life that you do. There's no point comparing yourself to somebody else that works, that has 2 businesses. It's just, you cannot compare. So when someone is talking about ease and flow, you also don't know how honest they're being, okay? There's some people, and that is their absolute right to not talk about the things that they don't want to talk about. But you may see people make big money, right? They're making $1 million a month. You actually don't know what their expenses are. You don't know what pressures are on them. Imagine the pressures of running a household, childcare, a big organization. All of those people's jobs are on you. Like that can feel a lot of pressure, right? So you never know what somebody else is experiencing, whether they're making 7 figures, 6 figures. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't know what their outlay is. Okay, someone could be making 50K. If their outlay is 50K, that's a lot of pressure. So the point is this: I really feel like just putting that focus back on yourself and going, what do I actually desire? What do I really want to do? Because if you're asking me, I love the fact I work 3 days. I love the fact I get to spend those 2 days. Thursday is just me and Santi, and Tuesday is me, Santi, my nephew Mason, and they're like the best of friends, which is the best thing ever, and my mum, and then my sister, she's got the day off work. Her work's quite, she's good at what she does, so she can kind of have a bit more flexible schedule. And then my other sister's a teacher, so when she's school holidays, she's with us. Like, it's the best freaking feeling like ever, right? And I love to work. I love my 3 days working in my business, serving my clients, doing things like this. Like, I love it. So I think you really got to get laser focused on what actually ease and flow looks like for you. And what freedom looks like for you, because it's going to look very, very different. I think everybody has this idea of what freedom should feel like, being on a beach and not doing anything, but it's actually really what you want. If it is, amazing. But if it isn't, I mean, being honest, I'd get bored doing that every single day. Like, I want to work. I don't want to win the lottery and like never work again. Like, that's not what I want to do. So I think you have to get really clear on what it actually means to you. And also, I think you need to get really honest with yourself, because I always talk about this, but I'll say it again. I love what I do, so it doesn't feel like work, right? But there are times, there are days, there are moments that come up, and it is work. It is hard work. Anyone that says running a business isn't work, well, of course it is. It's work that you love and you enjoy, and it brings you so much fulfillment, but it's still work, okay? You're still writing emails, you're still creating the content, you're still serving your clients, you're still thinking about social media, jumping on Insta stories, doing the live, You're thinking about outside, like looking at on the business. You're managing your team. You're looking maybe at ads, marketing. Maybe you're looking at the higher vision of the whole business. Maybe you're working with your coach and your mentor. There's all, you know, you're planning out for the next 3-6 months. Maybe you're literally like organizing your office, like whatever it is, it's work. It is work. Anybody that talks to you about running a business, it isn't work. They're lying to you. It absolutely is work. But can it be done with ease and flow? Absolutely. Can you have those? Can you create pockets of time where it feels really good? Can you choose to do the work that feels pleasurable? Yes. Without no pressure? Yes. But it is work. Okay. I think it can be really, really misleading when people just show on social media just the highlight reel. And then what happens is you are comparing yourself to that show reel, and then you're feeling not good enough. You're feeling like anything you achieve isn't enough yet, or you're not living the freedom lifestyle, or because it doesn't look like this, or you're not living life on a beach with a cocktail, or buying a Hermes bag every day, like then you think you're not wealthy. I think you need to take a real look at yourself and look at what actually wealth means to you and what freedom means to you, because it's going to be very different for every single person. So I think you need some clarity around that. I saw in your stories, I definitely stalk you daily. Oh, I love that. You are in launch. What's it for? Would love to know how you launch. Oh my God, this is such a great question. I don't, obviously you've seen the stories, but you haven't seen what I'm launching. It's so interesting. Launch Like a Boss, it's called. And it's so weird that you said how would love to know how you launch, right? Because this is it. This is me launching. And this is what I'm teaching you in Launch Like a Boss, right? Because again, I feel like launching can have this stigma. It can feel really overwhelming. It can feel like there's pressure. Absolutely been there, experienced all of that. I want to show you the soul strategy. I want to teach you the strategy that I use that works when I launch. Okay. And it's very much changed for, sorry, I've got hair on my mouth. It's very much changed from how I used to launch. I have invested to work with so many coach mentors, online courses, programs, ebooks, books. Like I've literally done so much testing and trialing on this. And now I've finally found a kind of a mix and a match strategy. You can kind of like pick and mix it to get you to where you know, to get the desired outcome, but it to feel good. We get so focused on the end goal of I want to make this much money, or I want to sign this many clients, which is incredible. And of course, this is why we're in business. We want it to be profitable, hell to the yeah. But we're forgetting the major thing, which is to be pleasurable, to actually enjoy what it is that you do. Like, I cannot say this enough. It isn't the money in the bank account that's going to make you go, I love what I do. This feels so pleasurable. Yeah, it's nice. You look at your online banking, you see the amount, and then you forget. And then you're paying things and you're doing things and you're letting money circulate. So you're investing to things. Like, that isn't it. It isn't that. So I really want to teach you how to love the process, how to love what you actually do, how to love launching. Like, it's as simple as that. So yeah, it's early bird at the moment. So DM me the word boss and I'll send you the link. We start in July. It's going to be live calls every single week, and it's going to be experience. You're going to really love it. Like, I'm so excited to teach this. Yeah. And I think for me, because I've been doing conscious coach and I've been doing so much of the inner stuff, which I freaking love. I think I'm even more excited now. That's not too much, thank you. See, I'm even more excited to teach you some of the strategy stuff married with the masculine and the feminine energy. So yeah, definitely. I love that. Often people just see what they pay for your services and think that is your hourly income, which it isn't true. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes when you run a business. Absolutely. And also the inner work that you do before you even open your laptop. Sometimes I work 2 hours on myself in order for me to be the best version of myself, to support my clients, to jump on, to give value. Like, people forget that. There's so much to running a business, so much. That's why, I'll be honest, it literally just makes my mind go this when people want to do it on their own. I'm like, this is hard enough on it. Why the hell would you choose to do this on your own? Like, get into your coaches and your mentors' worlds. Like, get in, even if it's at their membership price point, even if it's an online course from them, get into their freaking energy, learn from them. Like, get into a group program, especially where there's a community there. Oh my goodness. Like, why did I wait so long? I see so many people do this. I'm like, you don't listen to me live, because if you listened to me, you would learn from my mistakes that I took far too long to jump inside of a program. Like, it's not just miraculously going to get easier. It's just not miraculously. The strategy is not just going to be knocking on your door, right? Having that support from your coach and mentor and your peers is extremely important, let me tell you, for the good and the bad, especially the bad, especially the hard times. We experience struggles and challenges. We all experience struggles and challenges. Would love to know what yours is, Tash. Currently, right now, my challenge is my back, definitely, which has now gone into my neck, which has now traveled to my hip. So currently, right now, what I'm experiencing as a challenge, as an opportunity to look at, and I'm not going to lie, it's hard. It is hard. It's hard at times. I have got a very high threshold for pain. So the fact I'm saying it's hard at times is hard, right? But I believe, like, in our souls, we all have journeys that we all go on. None of our lives have been easy. None of our lives are perfect. They're not meant to be. They're all meant to be lessons and blessings. So I feel like I haven't got to the end of why I've been experiencing this, as in like why I've been carrying this. I know it's for a purpose. I'm not sure what that purpose is. That's hard. I'm also a very impatient person. I'm just the generator, the Aries in me. I'm go-getting. If I wanted something, I go and get it. I don't sit in a pity party. I don't sit, if I want to find answers, I go find answers. So I find this really hard. I find it really hard when I go to doctors and they say, we don't know what's wrong. I find it really hard. And when physio, for example, when it's very slow, I want results like yesterday. And I've got to trust the process. And that's really hard, because I can trust it in other areas of my life. When it comes to mindset growth, when it comes to spirituality growth, my soul growth, my inner mastery, all of that, I get it takes time. And I can kind of see, I can see the growth, even if it's a small amount. Whereas with this, if I'm being totally honest, I'm not seeing any change. I'm not seeing any relief right now. That's hard. That is hard. So yeah, being really honest and real, aren't we here? That is, and it's definitely what I'm currently struggling right now. I know I'll get to the bottom of it. I don't know when. I don't know how. That sometimes can be scary when you have been in a certain situation for such a long time. I've been experiencing this since I was 18. I'm now 38. So yeah, it's a long time. But I definitely work on the inner stuff. I wouldn't be able to, like, being real, I wouldn't get out of bed. I wouldn't be able to get out of bed if it wasn't for me working on my mindset, if it wasn't for RRT, like I wouldn't be able to, because the pain's quite, it can be quite extreme. But we move, and we got to keep focused on where it is that I want to go. And I keep giving my mind the evidence of all other areas of my life where I didn't see the answer at the time. When I think about when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend after 8 years, and I didn't see happy ever after, and oh my God, I'm going to meet the one, like, but I trust the process, and I believed it was going to happen, and it did. You know, having Santiago, building this business, there were so many times where, you know, I wanted to crash and burn. There were so many mistakes that I made. There were so many times I fell over again and again and again and again. And I didn't know if it was going to work out. I didn't know if it was going to be a success, but I held the faith. Got to do the same. We've got to, that's what faith is. Faith isn't, I believe it when I see it. You've got to believe it first. And I believe, and I'm continuing to work on that belief even more so to really make it unshakable, because I wouldn't say it's, I wouldn't say I 100% believe that I am going to be pain-free. I wouldn't say I'm 100%. That's what I need to work on, because when it comes to money, when it comes to the success and the growth of the business and me as a person who I desire to be, like all of that, I have 1,000,000% backing it. So yes, that is what I'm currently working on. And I'm trying so many different things, holistic stuff, woo-woo stuff, practical stuff. I'm doing all the stuff. What I don't desire to do is any more surgery. I don't want that. But I would love answers. I would love for someone to go, this is what it is. Because all they put it down to is generating disc disease. Okay, great, but well, we need to move. We need to find solutions. And all doctors want to do is give me more drugs. I don't want to go on drugs. Well, try this, and this will really help with the inflammation, and this will really help with this, and I don't want to do this. Okay. Anyway, hope that answered your question nice and raw and real for you. But I think it's important because we all do experience struggles and we all do experience challenges, and it may not be in what you think it is. And also you may perceive something like, for example, on social media, that person's not struggling with something just because they're not on on an Instagram live pouring their heart out about whatever that situation is. Okay. When is the next round of Conscious Coach? Couldn't join this round as I'm traveling. Oh, exciting. But definitely want to be in the next round. Okay. The next round is TBC. I need to work it out, but I'm thinking August, potentially September. So it'll be around the August, September mark. But if you want to go on the wait list, DM me the word coach and you will be then one of the first to know when it does come out. I find when I'm in my clinical business, I boss it as a wellness entrepreneur, but then in a home life, I'm low energy, uncertain, and feel like less of a person. How can I boss it in my personal life too? Sending healing back vibes from this chiropractor. Thank you, my darling. I find it, hold on, clinical business. Okay, so when you're doing the business side of it, is that what you're saying? You know you're bossing it, but that doesn't flow into your personal part of your life, okay? Well, what we need to look at is what is it that triggers you in your personal life? What is it about your personal life? Where are the areas in your personal life where you do not feel enough, worthy, deserving, open to receiving? What is it? What part of the personal life is it? In your opinion, do you need to work on yourself before strategy? Absolutely. Hell to the yeah. One could a zillion percent, like even if that's not even a word. Yes, if you don't work on yourself, you cannot execute strategy. It's as simple as that. You know, if for example by luck you then, or by hustling, you then reach a certain milestone in your business, which is incredible, but you won't be able to maintain that because you won't believe that you're deserving of it. You won't believe that you're worthy of it. You won't believe that innately, this is what normally happens. I normally make this much money. I always have this success. You don't believe it. And then you're self-sabotage. You've got to have the belief system. Your belief systems is everything in, hence why I mentioned about, even with my back pain, I'm still saying I need to work on my belief system to get it up to 100% in order for me to be able to heal this. Belief system's everything. If I'm sitting here going, oh, I'm not sure, I think I'm just going to have to just be in this back. Maybe this is my cross to carry for life. You know, if I'm of that belief system, well, guess what? That's what I'm going to attract even more of it. Okay. So that's why it's so important. What does your product suite look like and how long did it take to grow this? My product suite looks like this. So started from the bottom, we have got free masterclasses. So I've got Create Your Dream Life. I've got Transform, which is a 3-video series about unconscious mind and mastering that in like business and in personal life. And I've also got a freebie, Transform Your Thoughts. I've also got a freebie, Mastering the Energetics. So I've got them written down here. And Build Your Online Business with Soul to get paying clients. So yeah, they're my freebies. And I've also got an audio, Boss Lady audio. So they're my freebies. Then I go up to paid masterclasses, which is Abundant as Fuck, Slay Your Social Media, Instagram SO 101. And there's another one, hold on, 6 Figure You. They're my paid masterclasses, which are, they've got the most incredible feedback. So if like you want to get into my world and want to start learning something to implement strategy right away, then get into those. Then I've got my tribe membership site, which is my year-long membership to master the foundations of mindset, money, and manifestation. So that's incredible, the tribe. And that's like a no-brainer price point. Like, get yourself in there, get in the energy, and start learning how to master the inner or the inner shit. Then what do I have? Then I have online courses. For example, Build Your Online Business. That's a self-study course, teaches you all about mindset, social media, and selling. Then I have Conscious Coach, which is my 6-week potent as group program. And then I have my one-on-one. So that's what my product suite looks like. How long did it take to get there? Well, I mean, that's quite a hard question to ask. I've been in business 6 years. That's where I'm at. Did I have this all in the first year? Absolutely not. It's been something that's continued to grow. I think I've put in the paid masterclasses over the last year and a half. I would say the freebies have always been there. The one-on-one, obviously, I started with that. The price has just increased. The knowledge, the experience, and all of that has just increased. The tribe membership has been in my product suite now for, I think, 3 years. And then the online courses, probably I've swapped them around, so it changes. So yeah, like, it evolves. So don't think that you need to have a product suite as big as this you do in like the first month. Like, you don't. Take your time, only put great work out there. And in time you grow your product suite to this. So then guess what? When somebody comes into my world and they want to learn from me this, I've got to offer this or this, or brilliant, I've done your paid masterclass, like, what's next? Okay, well, these are the options. What are you looking to work on? Well, I kind of want a bit of everything. Okay, well, great. Jump into this. I need to work on myself. Jump into Self-Conscious Coach. I need you one-on-one. I want to learn how to scale my business. Brilliant. Right? Do you see what I mean? So it's it takes time. Don't think you need to do this all literally overnight, because you don't. I'm thinking about doing a flash sale. Any tips? Okay. First tip is understanding when it comes to a flash sale, the offer needed to be at a price point to start with in order to call it a sale. So if, for example, you have an offer that's £1,000 and it's going on sale, well, then it needed to always be sold at 1,000 for it to be sale. You can't try something new and go, it's on sale, but you've never sold it before. So just legally, just be mindful of that. My tips on it, what would I say? Firstly, I'd like to know how big your audience is, your email list and your social media. Then I'd want to know how warm they are. Like, are they ready? Are they very warm for this flash sale? Do you have a strategy to actually do this flash sale? That's so important. Like, don't think you can just go, woohoo, doing a flash sale and everyone's going to like flood your DMs, right? Again, this is what's shown on Instagram. Like, this is what happens. The reason this happens is because they've got a hot audience. They have provided such potent content that when the coach, the mentor, the public figure, the influencer, the service provider offers that offer out, their audience is so hot that of course they're going to do it. But don't think they've just literally jumped on day one and done that, because that's not what's happened. And they have a strategy. Anyone that you think is just winging it on social media and they've got a really successful business, they are not winging it. Let me tell you, they have got a strategy. They have got I can't tell you this enough. Anyone you see, anyone, if you think they're just jumping onto Insta stories and just chatting, it's a strategy. Everything's a strategy. You need to have a strategy to do a business. Another good tip was what I'd say is the reason of why you're doing the flash sale. If you're doing the flash sale and it's coming from a place of, I need to make more money, to make more sales, I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't. I'd go like, that's going up against the resistance. I wouldn't do it. I would only do the flash sale if it excites you. If you have like a tingling feeling where you're like, for example, like when I do things, I've got this offer that I'm going to put out to my email list. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. It's for one person. I'm not going to say it's one-on-one, one person, short amount of time, at an absolute no-brainer. Why am I doing this? It's fun. When you get to a certain level in business, you kind of want to like do fun things that you've never really done before, and you want to play with things. And I'd love to reconnect with a past client, even if it's for a short amount of time, or bring someone new into my world. Like, that excites me. I'm not coming from a place of like need, lack, and must, because all I'm going to do is repel everyone. They're going to feel your energy. It's going to be like, oh no. So when we come from a place of abundance, and wouldn't this be cool, if how exciting if someone could just jump into my world for like 6 weeks and do like this, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I will put out there today because it feels fun. So I think as long as you're going along the lines of that, you're good to go. You just want to release the pressure, don't you? Quick question. Have you ever felt you wanted to burn your business to the ground? Quick but great question. Yeah, easy answer. Absolutely. Oh gosh, the chats we've had about this. Guys, like, we're in business. Like, of course, you're going to have those times where you want to build the business to the ground, chuck the laptop out the window and like, I'm done. I'm retired. I'm done. Definitely. So anybody that says no to that answer, I hate to say people are liars, but they're lying. They're lying. Anyone I speak to, actually, that actually might be a question when I get guest experts on the podcast. I'm going to ask them because I really want you to hear the truth, because all you guys hear are me. But trust me, I hear a lot of people and they're like, yep, absolutely. Doesn't matter how successful you are. If anything, you want to burn it to the ground even more. Some days you're just like, I'm done. I've had enough. I'm retiring. Goodbye. And then you get back on it, don't you? Then you do the inner work. Okay, would love to know what equipment you use. Okay, get ready for this. What do I have? Okay, right in front of me, I have my Apple Mac. Okay, my laptop is a Mac Pro. I have a ring light I got from Amazon. My microphone, which is, I don't know if I can pronounce it, Maono. Mayamo. I have this. I have what else do I have? I have a telephone, a stand, two stands, one on the ring light and one here when I'm going to put my phone on it. I have AirPods. I have a beautiful microphone stand. It's very, very professional, very expensive though. Very, very, very expensive. 4 books that I literally just put down and put in front, so it's at my level. That's it. That's it. That's it. So I'm sorry if you're expecting a really extensive list, but that's it. What keeps you going on your hard days? Oh, okay. What keeps me going on my hard days? It's my why of why I freaking do this. And there's 2 whys, which is my family's future, which obviously includes me, and you guys. What I've been able to achieve, I want to teach you how to do it in a way that I do it now, not the way I used to do it, the way I do it now. I want more women to be successful, independent, powerful, wealthy, successful. Like, yeah, I want some more bad bitches in this world. And I want to be the one to teach them, to coach them, to mentor them, to get them there. So that's my why, you guys. Thank you. On those hard freaking days when I burn the business to the ground, you're the reason I don't. Sometimes you just get the most incredible messages from your clients because you can get so you just do what you do, don't you? And sometimes you forget the impact you're making. And I have the biggest heart for this when one of your past clients will send you a message and I'll just cry, or like one of the tribers or my current clients, and they're like, oh my goodness, like I've loved this, I love working with you. And I'm just like, sometimes it's just nice. We're humans, like we just love to hear that, don't we? And we love to hear that we're making a difference, and especially the days where you want to burn the business to the ground. Okay, back to the question. What else? Blaring music in my car. I love that. Some me time. Like just tuning into Natasha, me, myself, and I, or like I'm at home blaring the music out and having a dance around. RRT, rapid resolution therapy, my coach, God, pep talks with my besties, my best friends. God, they get me through. Journaling the shit out of what is happening, walk in nature, nap, hot bubble bath, a nice deep glass of wine, a good sleep. And, just zooming the fuck out, like just zooming out. We can get so caught up in what's going on that we just need to zoom out. Sometimes we just need someone to tell us how it is, don't we? And I feel like that's what I love about my coach and what I love about my besties, that you just need somebody to like zoom you out. And sometimes you can be so great at what you do, but you just need someone to be that great for you, because sometimes you just doing it yourself is just not as potent. It's not as powerful. And I'm going to get surprised because my nose is really itchy. Sometimes you just need to hear that from somebody else. And it's that unexpected call from your best friend that just rings you when she just feels an energy. She's just like, oh, or just drops you a message at the perfect time. Because business is incredible. When it's going amazing, it's going amazing. And, you know, having your coach there to support you and celebrate you is like the best freaking thing ever, isn't it? But you also then need them in the harder times, in the challenging times, also in just the mundane times. You're not going there because you're celebrating anything and nothing's really going drastically that wrong, but you're kind of just here. I think that's really potent and important as well. Guys, what incredible questions. You absolutely smash it every single week. Now, if you want to get your question answered, now I have mentioned this before about there's going to be voice note stuff available. We don't have that available at the moment, but that will be coming. You can always just send me a voice note and we can try and work out how we could kind of get that played, because I don't know how that will work with sound, but let's go. We move. So if you've got a question that you want to ask me and you can't jump on live, or you can and I don't get to it, then send your questions in to help@natashaclarkcoaching.com. And I cannot wait to bring some more juiciness, rawness, realness next week, same time, same place. And don't forget, if you want to come and join Launch Like a Boss, then DM me the word boss and I'll give you all the details. We start next month. Every week, a live call. It doesn't matter. Like, that's why I'm not even telling you when the live calls are, because it doesn't matter if you can or can't join the live calls. At the end, we're going to be doing a Q&A, which you can message in your questions. So I'll answer your questions if you're on the call. So do not worry about that. And you get lifetime access. The reason why I want to do it live, I just love the live energy. It also keeps me accountable. It marks days in my diary where I'm doing the content. So I'm like, okay, I need to get the content done for that day. Go and have the most epic day. I love you. Bye-bye.